Good Friday morning, everybody. I'm Rex Thompson in the WDAM 7 First Alert Weather Center with an update on our potential snow for this coming Tuesday and the cold weather we're going to have next week as well. Today, we're taking a look outside at Forest General Hospital. It's still cold, 42 degrees at that location, and it feels like 42, but you can clearly see the clouds are beginning to increase here in the Pine Belt. Now we'll take a look at Pine Belt Honda and Pine Belt Jeep Ram in West Hattiesburg, also 42 degrees there. And finally, South Central Regional Medical Center in Laurel, it's 40, feels like 40 there, but you can clearly see the clouds are beginning to increase here in the Pine Belt. Temperatures as of this hour, they're mainly in the upper 30s to maybe lower to mid 40s. 7 in Columbia and Phosphorus. I guarantee you there were cloud covers thicker over there. 43 in Oak Grove, 43 in Brooklyn, and it's 43 in New Augusta, and it's 42 in Waynesboro. So we'll take a look at the forecast. Now this shows increasing clouds throughout the afternoon, about 2 o'clock becoming almost cloudy. We'll get to around 63, 64 degrees. You see by about 11 o'clock we're 59, about 12 noon, 61, about 63 by 1 o'clock, about 63 by 2 o'clock, but I really believe we'll probably make it to 64, maybe even 65. But again, those clouds could interfere with that particular call on the temperatures. But it'll be a nice mild day here in the Pine Belt. Now, here is your drive time forecast on your way home this evening from work or from school. About 62 degrees by 4 o'clock, down to 59 degrees by 5 p.m., and around 56 degrees by 6 p.m. But you have a green light. There's no weather problems for the beginning of the night. Now, later tonight, we will see some rain. We'll get into that here in just a few minutes, but these are so far the forecast highs for the area. Now you got to give or take a degree or two in certain areas. Somebody could hit 65. Somebody may say around 63. Now these are the forecast lows for tonight. I think we'll start off mainly in the lower 50s, but as the warmer air comes in from the Gulf ahead of a cold front coming in from the north, that could bring our temperatures to the upper 50s. And we'll have a chance for showers, maybe a thunder shower in there, but nothing severe expected at all overnight at all, nothing. And here's your forecast during the day on Saturday, Saturday. That will be our last basically mild day for quite some time to come. You can clearly see in McGee, Raleigh, and Bay Springs, the temperatures only reaching the upper 60s. That's the beginning of that cold air nudging down into the Pine Belt. So we could see easily lower 70s. I'd say about maybe noon and about 1 or 2 o'clock tomorrow. But I believe they're just shortly thereafter the front will pass, and our temperatures are going to start plunging, and they will continue to fall for the rest of the next foreseeable future, next several days. All right, here's the setup right now. It's clear and cold in the eastern portions of Mississippi. We had a couple of clouds now developing in the Pine Belt, and it just gets cloudier the further west you go into Louisiana and beyond that location. Now, here's our futurecast. This is about 10 o'clock tonight. We do see some rain developing in the Pine Belt. There'll be light to moderate rain. I don't think we'll have any thunder showers. There may be just enough instability in the atmosphere to give us 1 or 2 rumbles of thunder, but don't worry about anything severe at all. So we'll take this up from 10 o'clock tonight till about, 3:30 a.m. Saturday morning. The heaviest rain now is in Alabama. The lighter rains are back in Mississippi, and they're starting to get out. And this is about 11 o'clock Saturday morning. It has cleared out, but you still see these warm areas, the warm colors, the orange colors on the map, and you see the blue colors on the map. That's the airflow, and that blue color to the left is starting to dig into the orange color over the Pine Belt, and watch what happens. Look at that. This is by Tuesday. We got a northerly component to the wind, and what is showing up in southwest Louisiana? That looks like an area of light snow to me. And both the GFS and the Euro models, that's two of our best models we have, we predict weather with, are showing some snow coming into South Mississippi. Now this is about 3:30 a.m. Tuesday morning when most of you will likely be asleep. But let's move it up to about 8:30. Well, it gets in southwest Mississippi at that point. It could be snow flurries or maybe snow showers. And it looks heavier down towards Lake Charles, but let's focus on our neck of the woods now. All right, this is about 12 o'clock noon on Tuesday. We have a pretty decent coverage of light to moderate snow in the entire Pine Belt. It reaches from around Jackson all the way down to the coast on this particular model. And then move this up to about 3:30 in the afternoon. It's still snowing. Now it's snowing in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. And there's a mixture of snow and sleet over freezing rain from Panama City to Dothan. But the rest of it's just plain snow. We're pretty confident now in the forecast that it's just going to be an all snow event, not a mixed rain and snow, rain and freezing rain event like that. We think it's probably going to be all snow at this point. If that could change, keep in mind that could change down the line, but at this point it's looking more and more likely it's just going to be all snow. Now this is about 3:30 again Tuesday afternoon, and this is finally about 8:30. That's going to be a long duration snow, to be honest with you, if this works out. Now, things have changed, of course, but if this works out, this could be very interesting. The snow begins to become light and taper off, but it's still snowing in the Pine Belt at 8:30 Tuesday evening. But I guarantee you, by Wednesday at 3 a.m., it is gone. But it is going to be cold, very cold here in South Mississippi. We'll take a look at the futurecast here and show you what's going on. For this afternoon, I'm calling about 63, 65, 64. And the winds can become south and rather brisk today, too, around 5 to 20 miles per hour. Now, overnight, we're going to see showers in the area, about a 70% chance, and the low creeps up to around 58. Now, here's the starter. For Saturday, we'll probably in the 50s and warm into the 70s by around noon. And you see that area to the right of the 73 for the high. That means the temperatures are going to start falling. You notice where the winds are, where they'll be west, and when they shift to the west, that means colder air is coming in, especially when they shift to the northwest, and they could be blowing as high as 5 to 20 miles per hour during the afternoon and evening. So a mild early start and then a colder late afternoon here in the Pine Belt. So that leads us to what the forecast is going to be like. It is going to be plain cold, and I'm talking pipe bursting cold. So here's some of the things you need to take care of. Take care of your pipes. If you haven't done it already, I'm surprised we're even working right now, but if you haven't, cover or drip exposed pipes or faucets. Make sure you run a little water, make sure it's running, but you've got to really cover these pipes. You've got to wrap them up really good. And run pool pumps too. Don't forget to do that. Your pets, you got to bring your pets inside, and you got to shelter your livestock. You got to make sure that you provide the pets with heat, extra food, and keep water unfrozen. The water freezes very rapidly, and the temperatures I'm going to show you here in the next few minutes is going to explain why the water is going to freeze, and it's going to be a solid freeze too. But make sure livestock and the pets can get to some type of unfrozen water. And of course, plants and people. People, the most important thing. Bring in and cover plants and tender vegetation, but check on the elderly. Make sure that if you know folks who don't have any way of getting heat, make sure they have a place to go so they can stay warm. This is going to be a long duration event. It's going to last probably at least 5 to 6 days, if not longer. Make sure you take care of your kids and all those outside, maybe those who don't have a home, exposed to the elements. Make sure they go to a shelter. I think there are several shelters around the area that will be providing shelter for folks. And believe me, when I say these temperatures, you'll understand why. And also make sure you protect your plants, your pets again. When it goes to 20 or below, that's potentially life-threatening. We're going to see below 20 degrees here in the Pine Belt. Matter of fact, here's the 7-day forecast. Again, Today's high 63, 64, 65. Tonight's low around 58 with rain. And then early tomorrow morning between 73, by tomorrow afternoon around 71 to 73. Then it's going to sharply drop and we'll be 34 degrees by Sunday morning. And look at the high on Sunday, only 44. But here's the important part. Look at the low from Monday morning, 19 degrees here in the Pine Belt. And it could actually be a little colder than this. The Weather Service was discussing in their forecast discussion that they may have to lower the temperatures even more. And then the high on Monday, only 38. Then it drops down to 21 by Tuesday morning, and that's when the snow is supposed to start. And again, it's looking more and more likely that it's going to be just snow, not freezing rain, sleet, or anything like that, or a mix of it. I think it's going to be all snow at this point. This could change. I'm telling you, it could change, but I really believe it's going to be an all snow event. And then we drop down to 18 degrees by Wednesday morning. And look at the high on Wednesday, only 43. And again, these highs and lows could be actually lower than what's being advertised right now. Then we're back to 22 by Thursday morning. They have added a 20% chance for rain on Thursday with a high of 59. And they're still dealing with that. That's another totally different storm system coming through. But the main one we're looking at and we're focused on right now, we got that rain coming in tonight. And that'll be a brief rainfall. It'll be out here early tomorrow morning. We'll warm up briefly, and the temperatures will start falling pretty rapidly by tomorrow evening, tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. Again, we'll be in the 30s by Sunday morning, only 40s on Sunday, 19 by Monday. Again, that's very important to remember. If you go into 19 degrees, and it could be even colder according to the National Weather Service, that is life-threatening. You can't survive outside in that kind of weather. That's just too cold. And again, we're looking more and more likely that a snow event will occur here beginning on Tuesday morning and lasting into Tuesday evening. We're not sure how much we're going to get, but unless something changes, we could get maybe an inch, two, maybe even 3 to 4 inches of snow. I've seen different models with different amounts. I just don't know yet. It's too early to tell. Well, I guarantee you we'll know way more about this forecast on Sunday when you tune in and watch Nick LaCour on Sunday. He'll be here, and he'll let you know. But again, it's just going to be a plain cold forecast all the way through. Matter of fact, just to prove that point, this is the temperature outlook for next week, and we're still below to just near normal here in most of the Pine Belt. Most of the Pine Belt actually staying below normal for next week. Well, that's all I'm going to talk about today. Of course, I'll be back at noon with a brand new forecast, and Nick LaCour will be here, and he'll be doing some things too for you as well. And we'll be watching the situation for you in case anything changes. But right now, get ready for some very, very cold weather.